Hello, it's Jill Lancet. Hope you're having a great week so far. Now, as promised or threatened in the last video, I'm going to show you how I made this spray. This is not new. See that little gold spray? If you saw the last video, you'll know that I made that myself. So I thought I would show you. Have you forgotten about this fantastic little product? Now, I have had mine for years. I don't use it hardly enough. Now, it is actually I'm going to show you some things you possibly already know about them. But if you're new, you may not know this. You can still buy this product. I don't have the details about that because I don't know what your market carries. But in Australia, I bought this years ago at a craft fair. Now, don't judge me on my box. You know I keep boxes, right? I think this was one of my son's pencil cases or something. But look what I've got inside. Perfect Pearls. Now, the kit that I got, those 4 Perfect Pearl pots came with it, along with the medium, a little ink pad with the medium in it, and 2 paintbrushes. Now, I don't even think I've ever used these paintbrushes, but I'm going to show you just how versatile these little pots are. Now, if you've only got one colour, you know, I just happened to buy this. I think there was a sale on it at the time. But I'm not going to use their medium. I'm going to show you what you can use that you might have at home, okay? Now, this could get a little bit messy. Now, Perfect Pearls, this is what it was designed to do, I think. So the first thing I'm going to do is get some paper down because, yeah, we are going to get messy. Hold your horses, honey, while I get some. Oops. There's one of those obnoxiously loud cars that seem to be everywhere at the moment. Okay, so I've got a piece of, crikey, I just did my nails and now I can't do anything with them. This is early espresso. It's a circle that I cut out from something else, going along with the last video where I used bits and pieces that I had. These are scraps and things that I've had, okay? So I've got this little circle. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give that some embossing buddy love, okay? I'm just going to pop that on there, and I'm going to stamp this with Versamark. Now, this is the leaf that I used the other day. This is my daggy old Versamark ink pad, and it's seen better days. But you know what? It still works. So really give that a good ink up, and there's lots of nice ink on this. Now, Versamark ink, in case you don't know, is like a clear, sticky ink, and it will give you a watermark effect all on its own. Now, when I first stamp this down, you will see the watermark effect, okay? So let's pop that over there so I don't get any Perfect Pearls in it. That would not be good. So I'm going to stamp this. Doesn't matter how I stamp it, okay? I'm going to give that a really nice stamp. Now, because it's brown, I think I might like to use the copper. But, you know, you use whatever you've got. Now, that is what is called a watermark. And all it does is give you like a shade darker or tone darker than the cardstock. But wait till you see this. Okay, now this is copper. And this is a little bit like embossing powder in that it kind of gets everywhere. So I'm going to try and get some of it off there so that it's not everywhere. So you just want to pop that on there like that. And I'm just pouncing that on there with this brush. This brush came with this kit. Any soft brush like this would be perfect. If you just have the pot by itself, and it didn't come with any accessories, then yeah, just a nice soft brush. Now I'm just going to brush this off. Then I'm going to give it a nice bit of a wipe over. Okay, now that is the copper. And don't think this lid fits as nicely as I'd like it to. There we go, there we go, there we go. Okay, so that is the copper. Now I'm just going to take a piece of paper towel. I'm just going to very gently, oops, just lightly wipe that over. Now, with the Perfect Pearls, you don't need to do anything else. That's all you need to do. You don't have to spray it with a fixative or water or anything like that. It's got all of that built in. Look at that beautiful, beautiful coppery shine. And that was a stamp. So that is possibly the first way you would use Perfect Pearls. Now, I'm just going to shake this off. And I'll pop that there so you can see it. Oh, did I mention my name? Sometimes I just get too excited. It's Jill. It's me, Jill. Anyway, if you found my channel, you'll know my name by now anyway. So there you go. So that is the first instance. Now, the second one is I've just white embossed this onto a scrap. Okay, now I'm going to take a reasonably small paintbrush, and you just need a bit of water for this, and I'm only going to use a block. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop a bit of water. Oh, that is probably way too much, but that doesn't matter. Now I'm going to do the gold. Oh no, I think I'll do the pearl. Yeah, let's do the pearl on the black. So I'm just going to take a brush load of it, and that's basically all you need. That is probably way too much. So you can see if I put it against here, there's the Perfect Pearls, and I'm just going to mix it with some water, and you get this gorgeous mica, gorgeous sort of mica paint. That's probably too much water now. Oi, is there ever a happy medium? I mean medium. So I'm just going to brush this on now. I hope there's enough on here because I just buggered that up basically. And because it's embossed, it will hold the water with the pigment in it inside these little wells. I think I need more pigment to make any sense of this for you. Now, just hang on. Just hold your horses, honey. Just going to pop a bit more pigment over here. And add some water to that. Okay. Keep it away from the other water. Okay, now I'm gonna dab that off, okay, because yeah. Now I want to show you how gorgeous this is when it dries. So I've just embossed it in the usual way with some white embossing powder. And then I've heat set that. So now I'm just taking the Perfect Pearl, which is the original pearl colour, and I've mixed that with a little bit of water. And I'm just painting that on. Now, as I said, because this is embossed, it kind of contains the pigment to within the embossed area. So you really can't make a mistake because it doesn't run out everywhere, because it's sort of like got these walls that are holding it in place. I'm just going to do the leaves. Now you could emboss this in any colour if you wanted to. I just thought this white on the black would look fairly spectacular. Now I'm going to leave that to dry naturally. Now if you were in a hurry, most certainly you could heat set that. Now that's where we're at the moment, okay? And we'll leave that to dry, and we'll revisit that in just a minute. Okay, so that's two different ways you can use that. I'm not going to get rid of that because I can use that. Nearly put that in my coffee. Dear, oh dear. Yeah. It's been one of those days again where I don't know. I like, the hurrier you go, the behinder you get. Have you ever heard of that? Have you ever heard of that saying? Well, that's where I'm at, because I thought, I'm just going to make this really quick video. And so in order to do that, I've tried to, get as much done as possible. That is going to be annoying, that spot there. Now, the next thing I'm going to show you how to do is to make it into a spray. Now, I already made some, but I was holding off on the Perfect Pearls till last, okay? Now, I've just got this little spray bottle. I think I just got these in like a $2 shop, okay? So they come with a lid. They just effectively just pop off. Some screw on. I've got one here that does that. So I'm just taking the atomizer thing out of it. And I've got my Perfect Pearls here. Now, you need a little spoon or something like that, something that's going to be small enough to get into this narrow-necked container. And I'm actually going to put one and a half palette tips. So if I turn that sideways, it's all going to fall off, but at least you'll see what I'm talking about, okay? So I'm doing about that much. I'm going to pop that in there, and then I'm going to do a bit less, and we'll see how that turns out. So we'll pop the lid back on that before something disastrous happens. And I'm just going to pop this back in. Now this is a press-in one, so yeah, just make sure you've got yourself covered. Now it does go to the bottom. You can see it's collected in the bottom there. You do need to shake it up, and you will need to shake it up every time you want to use it. But I haven't got any samples of this one yet, so I thought I would show you, recover the green, the red. I did some of the metallics, and then we'll save this gorgeous pearl one till last, okay? So the first thing I did it on was a piece of Designer Series paper. Now this is the same paper that's in this card. I'm going to stand up because quite often I'm not in frame. Now this is just the plain background. I did spray this, but I decided to spray the Designer Series paper. Look at that. You can still see the design really easily, but look at the gold on that. Now I sprayed quite a lot on that. I pretty much saturated it, but you could just do little sprays or you could flick it on. So that is the first instance, okay? Now the next one is on black, and I haven't done the pearl yet. So this is the gold, just on the, I didn't bother with the red or the green because it's basically the gold that will stay on the surface of the paper. So that is the gold on the black. Again, I saturated that. This is the bronze. So this is the bronze here. This is the gold, okay? So that's the bronze, very subtle. Now I could put more powder in there if I wanted it more concentrated, but I thought I would just see the difference. Highly saturated, not so much. So I'm going to do the pearl ones all together and we'll have a look at them, okay? I did it on just some basic white. Now, this is the copper clay one. Now, the copper clay one, it's got the copper in it, but I actually put like 1 or 2 drops. Actually, I think it was 1 drop of the copper clay Reinka in there. I wanted that to be really coloured, and that's how it came out. Now, not only has it coloured it, but it's given it this coppery effect. There's the bronze. I haven't coloured the bronze. The bronze is simply the powder in with the water. We're gonna make some. This is the gold, very, very, very shiny. This is red. This is cherry cobbler with the gold in it. Now it's a bit subtle. You can see the gold. So if you wanted to make a background, there is a green as well. I think it was old olive and the gold. So what I've done is I've just popped in some water to about there. I've put the gold pigment powder in. You can see it there. It's sort of collected at the bottom. And then I've just put about 4 drops of the red cherry cobbler. I think it was cherry cobbler. Reinka. So that's the red. I did the same thing with the green. You can see the gold will collect in the bottom. You do need to shake it up. So that was old olive, okay? And there's the green there. You can see that. Now, look, we're making Christmas cards and you have a license to glimmer, okay? So they're those 5 on the basic white. Now, I tried it on photo paper. Now, where's my other piece of basic white? Hang on. There it is there. We're going to do the pearl. This is glossy photo paper. Now, I mean, it's already shiny and glossy, but that is the red with the gold in it. And I don't know if you can see that. Here is the green. Now, you know, it's glossy, so it sits on the top of the paper. So there we are with the green. Here is the gold. Now, the gold doesn't even show up almost. But I thought I'd give you a look at them. There's the copper on this side and the bronze on that side. Now, I hope you can see that. I'm trying to manoeuvre it so that I can show it to you in the best light. Okay, so that's shiny photo pop paper. I did it on watercolour paper. Now, I did tiny little samples here because I didn't cut enough. But there's the red. I mean, the red, and they're all the same spray that's going on. It's just how the paper... copes with it and what the finish looks like. So I'm going to do those gold, silver, bronze and pearl on there in real time, and I thought I'd also do it on a dark colour, which is Blackberry Bliss. So we want all the pearl together. We'll do all of those together, and I'll just quickly do some gold, silver and bronze. Enter the spray booth. Now, I'm not going to do the red and the green on them because I've already shown you the red and the green. But we'll start with gold. And this is just a box. I hope you can see this. Yep. It's just a box with some paper towel in it. And you can see I've been playing with this all day, basically. Okay, so I'm giving that a really good shake. And it's just water. It's not alcohol, it's just water. Now, be aware where your little thingy is, you know, the little spray nozzle, yep. Now, you can do it from a great height, or you can do it up close, or you can take this out and shake it for bigger drops. Now, there it is on the Blackberry Bliss. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Here it is on the white watercolor paper. So after you've done your stamping and whatever, you can spritz that and you will get those beautiful finishes. We'll have a look at them again in a minute. So we'll pop those over there to dry. That was the gold. Now we will look at the bronze on those two. So this is the bronze, and we need to give that a shake. Now these are very, very small bottles. Obviously, you will have to refill that if, you know, you use a lot of it, because it doesn't hold very much. Now this is the bronze, okay. This is the bronze on the Blackberry Bliss, and we will have a look at it. I'll pop that down there. And this is the bronze on the watercolor paper. Right, so that's bronze. Now the copper. Now the copper is slightly different because, where is my Blackberry Bliss piece? The copper is slightly different because it is also coloured, because I put some re-inker in there. On the darker colours, you're probably not even going to see the re-inker. But on the white coloured papers, you are just going, you will see the colour as well as the metallic. So there it is on the watercolour paper, and here it is on the Blackberry Bliss. But we'll let them dry, and we'll get on with the pearl now, because I haven't done any pearl, and you and I are going to see this stuff in real time and marvel at its beauteous finish. So I have here Blackberry Bliss. This is the watercolor paper. This is ordinary basic white, and this is the glossy photo paper. Now, where is our pearl? Here it is. Okay, can you see all of that? Yes, you can. Okay, give it a really good shake, and I think maybe if I move it up like that, you'll be able to see it. Now I'm going to spray them all together. I'm going to have the most beautiful piece of paper towel in the world after this is finished. Now this is the pearl, okay? I think, I'm not sure, but I think this might have been the original one. Now you can see I've sprayed all of that, and I've used about that much out of this tiny, skinny little bottle. But we'll have a look at the photo paper. As suspected, really can't even see that. So I'm going to take them all out of here, and as they dry, we'll have a look at them, okay? So all the pearl ones are here together. Now we may need to heat set, well, not heat set them, but heat dry them. You don't have to do anything to set the perfect pearls, okay? So let's have a look at them again. I might actually just give them a bit of a dry with my heat gun, and you can do that. So we'll dry off some of these. Oh, I'm really liking this one. This is the Blackberry Bliss with the copper. I really, really like it. Just going to stop that from warping. There we go. Okay, that's the copper. Here's the copper on the watercolor, watercolor paper. Obviously the watercolor paper will take a bit more than the normal paper. Here is the bronze on the watercolor paper. Now, depending on what look you're after, I mean, chances are you probably might have some of this already in your stash. as I did. I bought it quite a number of years ago and haven't really even used it. So I hope you got that over the top of this machine. So let's start drying these off. This is the basic white, and this is the pearl. It does give it a beautiful pearlized luster, I must say. But if you were colouring that with watercolour or water-based inks and then spraying that, it might run. So this is the photo paper, the glossy photo paper, and to be honest, I don't know if you can see that, but to be honest, that's really, you might as well put nothing on that one. Here is the gorgeous watercolour paper. And that looks lovely. That's got a certain sheen to it. On the Blackberry Bliss, it looks absolutely fantastic. Hope you can see that. And of course the black. Now, I mean, it wouldn't be a feature in this respect. It would be kind of a background, but it looks really lovely on the black. Now here is the piece that we painted. And that looks really lovely. I might have to stand up so that you can see what I can see. Now that it's dry, it's got, you know, like that beautiful sheen, that pearlized finish. And here it is in its original state. I'll just give that a wipe on my apron because I've got an apron on today. This is the quickest. This is probably the most obvious use for Perfect Pearls. But you can see how you could use these in your crafting. There's the beautiful gold on the Blackberry Bliss. And there they all are. So, yeah, I've given you a bit of different ways to use your Perfect Pearls. I've shown you how to make it into a spray. You're using the tiniest little bit, so those little pots will last a long time. So brush it on, paint it on, or spray it on. It's totally up to you how you use your Perfect Pearls. If you've got them in your stash, dig them out, because we're coming up to glitter season. Christmas. Yeah. If ever there was an excuse to have too much glitter, too much shine, too much metallic finishes, it's Christmas time. Anyway, look, thank you so much. That is my video for tonight. I know it's not going to be very long. Jill Lancet, if you want to look at any products, Stampin' Up does not sell Perfect Pearls, but, you know, chances are you've got them in your stash. You paid money for them. They're sitting there doing nothing if you don't use them. That's money in the bin. So pull them out. I think this is the best way to use them with your Designer Series papers. Make them extra Christmassy, and compared to just the plain, you can see how gorgeous that is. So, yeah, drag them out, give them a whirl, and I'll see you guys all on the next video. Give me a thumbs up and take everybody and be kind. Thank you so much. Bye for now.